Hey guys, sorry about the delay in episodes. I went on a holiday and I just got back and we managed to record this while I was away. So the audio might sound a bit weird because I'm using my laptop rather than my PC and a headphone mic rather than actual mic. So hopefully you enjoy. If there's any problems, my bad. And on to the episode. Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Trip Around Multiverse with your host, the man who left the company for 8 years because apparently it was bad for my health, and now I'm back. Carl Charles and
the reckless lady who would jump off the cage in a bin over her body. See my chong.
And today we are reviewing WWE's Survivor Series 2023 War Games 2. I guess. Conan.
Yeah. Which like for a 3-hour pay-per-view, only has about 4-5 matches.
Yeah.
Which is, like, you think, okay, well, 2 War Games matches are a decent length here, and then you got to stop in the middle. You're like, all right, okay, yeah.
But it went pretty. It was quite an easy watch. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it didn't feel like 3 hours, but then even then, when you think about the amount of matches done, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
What was all the stuff that was taking up the time then? The entrances, or
Probably.
But probably is what it is the matches were longer than you thought.
Yeah.
But they went by pretty decently quick, and you're thinking,
Yeah, you're like, oh.
So
okay. That was pretty.
So War Games. First match, ladies match, which is Becky, Lynch, Bianca Belaire, Charlotte Flair, and Shotzi. Not Blackheart anymore, just Shotzi, is it?
Yeah, just Shotzi. Yeah.
All right. Versus Damage Control, which is Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, the women's champion.
Yep.
And Kairi Sane.
Yes.
Also around, but not around, is Dakota Kai.
Yeah, she's like in the background, scheming.
Yeah, lurking, right?
Yeah. The nicest way of putting it.
Yeah. I thought this was a pretty cool match. I could have done without the Io Sky jumping off. Like, I'll jump off the cage on all the ladies, fine. But when you're got a bin over your head, when you jumping blind, kind of. I mean, how do you gauge that? I know there's probably a little bit of gap that she can push the bin out to try and gauge the distance of where the people are. But unless they got poked, yeah. Well, maybe they poked holes in the bin so she could have a look out, But I'm like, even then, it's just like, oof,
Yeah.
She could have.
Bit.
She could have undershot. She could have overshot. There are a lot of things that could have. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit.
There was a nice bit where Kairi did they launched her up and she elbow dropped Shotzi with the chairs on top of her, and then I was like, because I think for a couple of seconds there, she grabbed her elbow, and I'm like, oh, maybe and then the camera came back on her, and she just stopped setting her elbow, not stopped setting it, but pretend it wasn't hurt if she hurt it.
Yeah, to try and build the effect that, it was a devastating move even on her, but it was fine.
Yeah.
But she's to me though, Kairi may be the VIP in this match. Well, next to Bayley, but yeah, she's a VIP in this match, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, you mean how it's put together?
Yeah. Just how she sells and everything. It's hilarious.
Now, Bayley got okay. It was a couple of ways. Well, it's probably only 2 ways. There's 2. Well, I was gonna say, okay, probably there's 3 ways this could have went, right? Shotzi being the less name value of the face team, she probably would have ate the pin, right?
Yeah.
But only because of the rank where she is,
Yeah.
Becky and Charlotte, one of them could have taken the pin by running in, like if the heels ran them into each other again, like they did on SmackDown just before.
Yeah. They could have easily used that as the finish.
Yeah. Or Bayley takes the pin, which is what happened. But she took the pin. So Charlotte Flair was going to spear Kairi, and Bayley jumped in and saved her. Then Bayley took everyone's finish, and then she got manhandle slammed through the table.
Yeah.
And then she got a pin. She got pinned, and I was like, okay, that makes sense though because of where they're going.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you remember how Charlotte was with Kyrie way back when, right?
Yeah.
So when Charlotte was going to spear Kyrie, I was like, oh no, someone save my girl from getting done. Right. And yeah, I was like, yeah, good that Bayley ran in there. But obviously that was a setup. But I was like, I hope Charlotte did not interact with Kyrie that much.
Yeah,
maybe it was on the bridge for them. But it's just
because I kind of forgot about the whole Kyrie getting concussed by Charlotte back at, was it like TLC 2018 or 2019? Something like
that. She ran away from Charlotte, and Charlotte chased her down to powerbomb her. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
So I was watching the interactions with curiosity, which was kind of, so there was a bit where all the heels got kendo sticks.
Yeah.
And they were going to like hit obviously the face team, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I just noticed Kyrie's behind all the heels, right? And they kind of they go to their opponents first. And I was like, okay, I hope she doesn't get left with Charlotte, right? Because if she accidentally hits her, they might be thinking receipts are coming. Yeah. But no, they all went to their particular people and hit them. So it was like, okay, cool. But yeah, no, it was a neat match. The right person got pinned for the story.
Yeah.
I don't know what angle they're trying to go with for the heels, right? Damage control, because it's almost, it's not a nation of domination thing, is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I
don't mind them all being a Japanese team, right? But what it is it's now you're pushing out the the non-Asians,
I suppose.
So I will say what they should be is Australia is Asian, right?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say that way they could still have Dakota Kai there.
But she's half Polynesian or something, so and I guess they maybe classed as Asian. I don't know.
Well, they would just say that direction of the earth, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, no. This match pushed the story forward with damage control, and which was kind of like what was going on, really, because I'm not watching it for how the face team going to conquer the heels, right? It's just like Bayley's getting ousted, but not getting ousted, right?
Yeah.
So there's like she's her group to lead, and she's trying to fit in there now.
Yeah.
And she saved everyone from getting pinned.
Yeah, she did.
But then she took the pin. So
yeah, because like the bit where she took this, like you said earlier, took the spear from Charlotte for Kyrie. And
yeah.
Bless her.
But they're not going to see that. He will totally see it like that, right? They'll be like, "You got pinned.
You got pinned. You are the reason why we're losing."
Exactly. Well, this match worked perfectly for the story they're telling.
Yeah.
But it's a good match as well. I'm just saying it was twofold what it was doing.
Yeah. Because even though you kind of knew what the outcome was going to be anyway, from the start. But it would have been kind of weird, different, but like, oh, okay, but why? What comes from this next? If the quote unquote face team wins, like, okay, so what happens now? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was wanting the heel team to win just to give them some credibility, but at the same time, some more credibility, right? But at the same time, it's just like, well, yeah, baby, you're gonna get gone. So let's see how that works.
Yeah, she's gonna get jumped up.
Do you think she's gonna turn back into the hugger? She won't turn back into.
No,
she can't. That's too far gone.
Never
right?
go back to that. No. But I do think that she's gonna be face soon, but she won't be hugger. Yeah. It'll be weird.
Okay. Yeah. So next match, Intercontinental title match. Gunther, our boy Gunther, versus our other boy, The Miz.
Yes.
Now, I have to say the outcome for this match was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Because not to cast Miz, but Miz of all people ain't gonna beat Gunther for Gunther's long off title reign.
Yeah, if this was before Gunther was on this long reign, I'm like, okay, I could see it happening, but no.
Yeah. If it was within a year of his title reign, somewhere like that, But once his one long reign is gonna actually be the longest combined total as well.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
Yeah. And I think his one long reign is longer than all Miz's 8 other separate reigns.
Yes, that is
that
probably
right?
true. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It may not be. It may or may not be, but it will be. Now, I thought, okay, this was a cool match. Miz started trying to be more technical, kicking Gunther's legs, and then I was like, why is he doing that? What's he doing that? And then I remember Miz has the figure 4, but he rarely uses that.
Yeah.
And he did a ring post figure 4 as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Which I was like, oh, good on him. That's different. Yeah.
And I feel like his faceness, actually, the crowd was cheering for him. They were on his side.
Yeah.
So it's good.
It's been a while.
And the bits, right? He's not exactly. I want to say not the most likable guy in the world, not like that, but he plays cocky and arrogant so well, know. But then he plays enraged as well, pretty good.
But what
fiery
I do like
baby
about this current iteration of the Miz is that he's still, if you think about it, he's still a heel.
Yeah.
But he's just actually all right, he's a baby face, but he still does heely things like the 2 dick kicks and that. You know what I mean? It's not like
well. Technically, okay. So I thought it as well. So he was working Gunther's legs.
Yeah.
And then Gunther was giving him power bombs and super hard clotheslines, right?
Yeah.
And then he tried to sleep hold him, and the Miz, the exposed turnbuckle, Miz ran him into it, and then Gunther locked in the sleeper again.
Yeah.
I think they did also the Roddy Piper Bret Hart finish from '98 where they roll backwards for the pit. Miz rolls.
Yeah, it did that.
But they did the other bit as well, like you're saying. He locked him in a sleeper, and then Miz. Yeah, it looked like he donkey kicked him, But the commentary, and then he turned around and dick kicked him, right? Like you said, when the ref was looking in the. I think did he pull off the turnbuckle pad at this point?
It was either him or wait.
I think if I remember correctly,
the turnbuckle was pulled off, but I can't remember who actually pulled it off.
Yeah. So I think what he did was he grabbed the turnbuckle and I think Gunther pulled him back. So then he kicked Gunther.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
With the low blow, and then he threw the turnbuckle pad so that, or pointed out the turnbuckle the exposed, so the referee looked away, and then he dick kicked Gunther, and then he gave Gunther his finish.
Yeah.
Then Gunther kicked out. Now, like you, I thought the first time it was a donkey kick low blow, right, to get out the sleeper, but no, commentary pointed out he kicked him in the knee.
Yeah.
Which wasn't obvious, by the way. But when I was like, my logic was, you took 2 low blows and a finish, and you kicked out. That's a bit overpowered. Even though it's Gunther, it's like, well,
But he is a monster, so I was like,
yeah.
All right, that.
Yeah, the one low blow and then okay. Could have done with, because Miz was in the sleeper, right? Could have done with the one low blow and then both of them go down for a little bit and then Miz hit with his finish or something like that. But a lot of people kick out of Miz's finisher. Maybe he had to start finding a new finish. Maybe that'd be the storyline.
It could be, because over the last couple of years, the Skulls Crushing finale has kind of been super watered down.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying he should be protecting his finish a bit more. But yeah.
Nah.
Anyways, and then so Gunther made Miz tap out to a lion tamer.
Yep.
Not to Chris Jericho.
Who they also did mention on commentary.
Yeah.
So,
And Jericho being a 9-time Intercontinental Champion?
Yes.
Are we including New Japan's Intercontinental Championship? So is he 10 times?
I don't know. I think he might be. I think that might be them including it.
No, I don't think they would. They'd never include anything WWE. They just they blatantly don't include any. They try not to anyway.
No, if this was a year ago, I would agree with you. But now, because they mentioned Chris Jericho, if this was a year ago, they would have mentioned him. So,
okay. Well, we'll see when they talk about someone later on whether they mentioned the particular title reigns they had. They didn't even mention Ring of Honor title reigns, world title reigns. So, yeah.
Yeah, but would you at this point? Because what is Ring of Honor?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. Anyways. Yeah. Now it wasn't. Gunther made Miz tap out to Lion Tamer, not a super elevated version, right?
Yeah.
But because it was actually quite a low. He had them and he pulled them pretty decently back. Yeah. It wasn't like when Joker does it with maybe smaller people who have their chin trapped on the ground and their legs a bit higher up, but it still looked painful. I have to say that Miz was proper pulled back, and I like that Gunther just finished his matches with whatever he decides he's going to finish the match with.
Yeah, same here.
And I can't believe Miz did a Hurricane Rana in this match as well.
Yeah, he did, which was like good on Miz.
Yeah, yeah. I would have, but as we know on Raw. Miz is also going to re-challenge Gunther for the title.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah. But I would have preferred. Okay, the logic that I would have worked into within this match is Miz trying to fight in this particular match. Miz trying to fight Gunther as on his own terms, and then if you lose the match, you can be like, all right, I'll have a rematch, and I will do it on my Miz terms. And then he can start doing this all his dick kicks and stuff like that, heel maneuvers. Yeah. Then it gives them a reason to have the rematch rather than if you get beat clean. What right do you have to say, I actually want a rematch unless you antagonize the champion, which is what he seems to be doing.
Yeah.
I think Gunther's like, I think saying to him on Raw, I do, I respect your abilities. I just don't respect you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they...
Not on wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what the second part of their feud, because at the beginning, Gunther's like, I don't even respect you as a person at all, full stop. Yeah. But yeah, Miz. As much as we are Miz fans, we're like, nah, you ain't gonna be the one.
Yeah, ain't gonna be the one. And
especially
really
since
weird if he would be. Yeah.
I get the idea of him going for it, right? Because he's the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time when Jericho's not there. Well, he has the second most title reigns.
Yeah.
What? He actually probably had the most title reigns with mid-card titles, would you say?
Yes. Because I'm pretty sure he's like 5-time US champion.
Yeah.
And like 7 or 8-time Intercontinental champion. So
yeah. So yeah, but who do you think is going to be Gunther for it? By the way,
I don't think there is anyone at the moment who will be in for it.
Yeah. Do you think Chad Gable at WrestleMania?
I hope not.
Okay.
As bad as that
sounds,
I hope not.
All right. Well, what do you think Gunther's going to do? Okay. What do you think Gunther's going to do at WrestleMania? Do you reckon it'll be Gunther Brock? Or do you think Gunther's going to lose his title? He's going to be Intercontinental champion and then lose it to whoever they build up?
Because if they did Gunther Brock, sorry.
Gunther Brock, yeah?
Yeah, they wouldn't... That match, I think it wouldn't have to be for Intercontinental title because...
No. He'd probably lose the title just before that because Brock would interfere and make him lose the title.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think who is on that level at the moment.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Cody don't need it, even though Cody's on a different path already, so it wouldn't make sense anyway.
Technically need it, but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cody's and I was going to say the guy who's beefing with Cody now after Raw, but even he probably don't. He
don't need it really either.
Oh no, I think he's getting elevated to more main event area.
Yeah.
So, anyways, okay, so. So you're saying, but we think that he'll hold it to WrestleMania?
Yeah, at least.
And look, the only thing that I can think, if he doesn't hold it at WrestleMania, is because he's got a feud with Brock coming on the cards.
Yeah. Because, like, then I think what they could do and give Sheamus his moment is, Sheamus wins it and he finally could be a triple crown over it, isn't it? Because that's the only title he hasn't won.
Well, the other piece of logic is, if they do Elimination Chamber, saying that Cody does not win the Rumble, they do Elimination Chamber. And then Gunther's in the Elimination Chamber, you can have whoever is his WrestleMania opponent pin him there to get to WrestleMania. Could go that route, maybe. We'll see. But we reckon he will hold it up to WrestleMania, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, it's going to be a very, very long title reign.
Yeah.
Which is great. Good for him. He re-established that title, and his one title reign is longer than the longest combined title reigns, right?
All the title reigns. Yeah.
All right.
That'd be dope.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And I'm not sure how they're going to do the rematch with The Miz, considering Miz basically lost pretty cleanly, as well as cheating. So where's the tension?
Yeah,
on
where
the
do you
rematch?
sort of go from there? Yeah.
Unless you're going to have Miz cheat even more. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, look, he kicked, he did a low blow. He used the turnbuckle as well, the exposed turnbuckle. So and he used his finish, and it was kicked out. So yeah, I don't know how many more heel tactics you can use while being a face. By the way,
yeah, there's not much to be fair.
Yeah. All right. Next match: Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar, and this was meant to be Carlito, but for whatever reason, Carlito was not in this match.
Yeah, but it kind of made it sort of better, I guess. Because I guess they didn't want Carlito to sort of already be not jobbed out, but I
think it made sense because they have to. Dragon Lee's expendable, right?
Yeah, because he's still
at this point.
Yeah, he's still young in it, so you can sort of you can build him up.
And the build is obviously for Santos Escobar to have a match with Rey Mysterio at some point. So you couldn't really job Carlito out because they're also going to try and do something with Carlito.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too early to re-establish and then job a guy out, though they have done that before. So
yeah, back in the day.
Santos Escobar being a heel, trying to unmask Dragon Lee and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. It was a good match. It
was a decently cool short match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't overstay welcome. They done stuff. Yeah, good.
Yeah, and it tried to establish Santos Escobar as a somebody, right?
Yeah.
However, to be even more of somebody, you've got to beat people that are already established as people, right?
Well,
unless
because I'm saying that's what this match was kind of do to establish that Santos is actually a somebody.
Yeah. So he's got to work his way through the entire LWO, right?
Yeah. Well, if he's smart, like, yeah, you guys are beneath me. I'll come back to you guys when Ray's back. I don't really need this drama. Just because it does his thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was what it needed to be.
Yeah.
And it made sense. A lot of these matches, by the way, as far as storytelling is concerned, made sense. I don't want to say they're predictable because predictable ain't bad either, right?
No.
They were straightforward and they prioritized the story that was being told, all the continuing storylines that are going along. Okay, so women's world championship match: Rhea Ripley champion versus Zoe Stark.
This was a good match. I just kind of feel sorry for Zoe, but yeah, it's a good match.
I think there was a big spot. I think was Zoe meant to flip and land on her feet, like from the top rope, like Rhea kind of flung her over, right? And then there was a big pause for a couple of seconds. And you know how it is for a couple of seconds when
Yeah, you're like, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Carry on. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I think what it is when you're in the crowd, when you're in the ring doing it, those seconds seem to go by quickly. But when you're when you're in the crowd watching it, those seconds are actually long.
Yeah, they go
So
for a while.
when Zoe got flipped and didn't land on her feet, and it looked a bit clunky, I think Rhea kind of got up and she looked that way to make sure Zoe was okay before they did the next bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Zoe had to. Zoe was shouting, "Come on!" So then Rhea Ripley knew, all right, but there's time to move, right?
Yeah.
But I think she was like, you know what? That could have been a really bad landing. Let me give her some time, which it made sense to me.
Yeah,
as far as heel logic goes, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because as far as her character goes, she should have just rushed her while she was down, right?
Yeah.
But good on Rhea Ripley thinking of being a bro, well, but a concerned for her opponent rather than concerned for her own character, if you know.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was a very good, interesting match. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Even though we, like you're saying, right, the ending was going to be exactly what it's going to be, which is Rhea Ripley winning, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think there's probably more to tell with the Zoe Stark story before she gets a title run.
Yeah. But
if that's not the case, but at this point, she wasn't going to get a title win. But at the same time, I don't think they wanted her to look too bad on the way down.
No, and it kind of like gave her. It was like, oh, okay, cool. She could be something in the future because then she put up a good fight.
Yeah.
You could kind of say her being quote unquote a rookie.
Yeah.
Quote unquote was her kind of downpour or whatever.
Oh well, I'd say the other thing is as well. Rhea Ripley's supposed to be a heel, but she ain't a heel as far as the crowd's concerned.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, but that's the logic of, I guess, the same way for the Miz, right? Because he's acting a heel even though he's a face.
Yeah.
But Rhea Ripley is an out and out heel who's getting cheered like a face.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's not exactly Zoe Stark was a good opponent for whatever Rhea Ripley is character-wise at the moment, alignment.
Yeah.
Because she could defeat her but don't need to heal on her as well. Don't need to be a super unlikable heel. And where do Judgment Day stand? Really, are they actual heels?
I don't know.
Because they really think they do heelish things.
No, I would say they're kind of like just there. That makes sense. Not a good way or bad way. They're just there.
Well, I mean, they've got good character work with our boy Dirty Dom, right?
Yeah.
And Rhea Ripley and stuff like that. But they never and they're cocky.
Yeah.
But they're not like heels that you despise.
No.
They just happen to be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, we're just this gang on this side, you know?
Yeah, we're just these guys.
Yeah. I did like Rhea Ripley's punk look here as well.
Yeah.
She
looked great.
Yeah.
I even
but yeah,
Stark's little army makeup stuff. That's
But as we were saying, Zoe, do you reckon that feud's done and dusted?
Maybe, because like where can you sort of go with it after this? You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe.
Okay. So they're gonna probably find Rhea Ripley a new opponent afterwards.
Yeah, because Rhea hit her with before she hit her with something, then she hit her the Riptide.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I think it's done and dusted for now.
Yeah. Unless Rhea Ripley's gonna start feuding with Cody Rhodes or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Randy Orton, right?
Yeah, because he's daddy now. Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. So we'll get into that in a minute, right? Because we just got one more match to go, and then we'll speak about Raw.
Yep.
So men's war games: Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, and Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre and the Judgment Day. Drew McIntyre not with the Judgment Day because he comes out to his own theme music. Though I think he should just straight up just join them. I don't see why not. And I think it does think. I do think he can fit the vibe of the team.
He can, but then you got that sort of thing of, I don't know. I get it, but it'd be weird.
I think he could he could vibe into Judgment Day.
Yeah, because like when it first sort of happened, I was like, okay, yeah, he's a part of it. Then he came out saying, I'm not part of Judgment Day. I'm just, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, okay, you can't really do it now. Because
what they do is add some purple to his trunks and then paint, give him some little bit of a purple paint streaks on his face or on his chest or something like that. Done. But Judgment Day is Finn Balor, Damian Priest, JD McDonough.
Madonna, yeah.
Yeah, Madonna, that's it. And Dirty Dom. Now, I thought, okay, well, there's only one guy getting pinned here, right?
Yeah.
Turns out he wasn't the guy getting pinned.
Same was like,
No, but he was the guy who got murdered.
Yeah. Killed.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So, the interesting bit in these matches was where, like, okay, the War Games have started. The match has started. Randy Orton still has not come out yet, though. He's not in the cage with his team. Everyone on the team is like, Cody, can you trust Randy? Can we trust you? And Cody's like, yeah, of course, man, of course. He'll be here, man. He'll be here. Yeah, and then Seth Rollins is like the guy saying, nah, but whatever. Let's just start.
Yeah, because I did like how Jay was like, yeah, he's not coming because it's my fault. Because I was like, okay, yeah, they're remembering that he's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and then like the history on the side of the War Games of the face team was made sense that they buried their hatchet to fight the bigger team, even though at one time or another they all beef with each other.
Yeah, so much beef.
But they were acting like true faces, as in there's.
Yeah, we were set aside our beefs for a common goal.
Yeah, we're on the long side of we'll get along because we're getting along because we're getting along. That's where it is, right? Beef are going to be beef, but at the same time, we're cool for now.
Yeah.
So there was a bit where I always thought that War Games came out in a particular order, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, from the cage into the ring, because I thought you drew your numbers, right? But Drew McIntyre was about to come out, and then Damian Priest steps up to him and says, "No, we stick with the plan." And obviously, Drew's not happy with that. But then I realized, you know what? Damian Priest is really tall.
Yeah.
Like he's a little. It looks like he's a little bit taller than Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre is a big guy.
So I think Damian Priest is meant to be, 6'7".
Yeah.
I think Drew's meant to be like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. They say 6'5". Yeah.
And he actually looks that size. It's not like those weird build ones. They say this size and they're not. He legit actually looks.
Yeah.
Like
Damian Priest put a hand on. No, he didn't put hands to Drew McIntyre, but he's like stops him going out and says, "No, we stick to the plan." And then they called Damian Priest the Legion of Judgment Day. Now, I thought they didn't have rank.
Yeah, because I think he was meant to be leader just for War Games.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because I was like, at one point, I'm sure Finn was the leader, but I think at this point, Rhea Ripley is clearly the star of the Judgment Day. But
Yeah.
I mean, Finn took a step back. Fine.
Yeah.
And they think Damien is kind of getting pushed, but we don't know what he's doing with his Money in the Bank
briefcase. Yeah.
Yeah, until of course all the heel teams entered, and then Randy Orton's music plays. Wait, no, does his music play? No. The countdown happens.
The countdown happens, and then they're all like, "We have a plan. We always have a plan." And then Rhea's music plays because they just put Seth for a table, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, Rhea comes running down with the briefcase, and he's like, "Oh, he's gonna cash in on Thing now." Well, that doesn't make sense. But okay, sure.
No, but it makes the most perfect amount of sense because go on.
It does, but it's like in a way, you just made this harder for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like once that match within a match is activated, right?
Yeah.
All the other people in that match can still interfere in your mini match that's going on within that.
Yeah, so you're kind of screwed both ways, you know?
Yeah. I thought it was actually quite kind of genius if they actually started the cash-in, if the cash-in actually happened, right? And then they still had that match within that match so if he pins Seth, it doesn't count for his team to win.
Yeah, but he still wins the title. Yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone from the War Games gets pinned at all, Damian Priest could still pin Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Which would have been like...
been like one of those things where it's like a massive confusion.
Yeah, you're
but everyone knows what's on, you know? It would have been like, oh, really, really good or really, really bad, depending.
Well, they would say, okay, Seth.
But yeah, so she goes...
You go on.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley runs out, they're going to cash it in, and then Randy Orton's music plays, and then he's running through all the heels.
Yeah.
Dirty Dom getting done.
Yeah. Oh, he was jacked.
But there was a nice bit where Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre had three guys. I can't remember which guys was it. Was it Cody, Seth, and who's the guy in the middle? Was it Sami? Was it Jey? Anyways, they did a double, triple choke slam thing.
Oh.
The chain choke slam, right?
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that... Wait, was this after... It's before Randy came back, right?
I think this was before, yeah.
Yeah. So, it was Drew and Damian. Yeah, it was Sami... Yeah, I think it was all four of them. Because they choke slammed two people each.
No. Oh, was it? I thought they had the guy in the middle. No. You might be right. You might be right. Yeah.
They choked slammed all of them. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. and then JD McDonough trying to escape from the cage, even though they said basically you eliminate from the match if you come out of the cage, which put a team at a disadvantage. It would have made no sense.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, but if you're a coward, right? If you're a coward, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, he gets pushed off the top of the cage into an RKO.
Yeah, which looked pretty good.
I think should have been the pin, by the way, right?
Yeah, that made more sense. Yeah.
But then you had Cody hit the crossroads on Damian Priest to finish the match.
Yeah.
Which I think, okay, if Cody and Damian Priest are going to feud afterwards, fine, right?
Yeah.
For the briefcase even, yeah? Because then you could have Cody win the briefcase, cash the shot in at WrestleMania and say, that's when I won Roman Reigns. Yeah. That could be his way to it, right? If they're going through the feud and say Cody loses the Royal Rumble, then he can do that, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the way they're going. So I don't know what they're going to do with this Damian Priest thing with the briefcase. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think that's quite cool. The enigma of like like before they kind of like, well, later on with the Money in the Bank, they kind of made it predictable when the person's going to cash in and stuff. So kind of like the Damian Priest, you don't actually know when or what they actually plan to do with him. So it kind of gives it a bit more.
Well, that's the thing is, right? Logically speaking, it'd make sense for him to cash it in here and lose his match within a match because then you got loads of interference. Yeah.
But
if he pinned the champion. And then he could be like, okay, or not necessarily the champion. He'd win the match for his team, right? And then you could have elevated him to a level where you're like, okay, title contention. But that's not where they were going anyways, right?
Yeah.
So the faces celebrate, and then we get the cult of personality playing. Did you get spoiled this, by the way?
Yeah, I did, and I didn't care, if I was honest.
Okay. So did I got spoiled this as well. But yeah. CM Punk come back to get cheers from his fellow Chicago natives while Raw goes off air. So obviously being the sourpuss that comes across as, if you remember, or Brawl Out and all that stuff, the media scrums and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought he was just going to blaze AEW, or obviously not calling them AEW, but on his next promo. But he didn't. On Raw, he didn't. He kind of just said, I'm glad to be back here. Not lovey-dovey CM Punk, but more like, he's a bit tamed.
More like, I'm gonna say it. More
Cautious, yeah, is what I'm gonna put.
Yes, and pandering CM Punk.
Yeah, but I think they're probably certain there's a certain level of control that he has to kind of make sure he's within a range
of course, because he can't. There's certain things that won't fly in a company like WWE. Like if he pulled any of that stuff, he pulled in AEW, who we gone straight away.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see where that goes. But Seth was beefing with him. And Drew McIntyre apparently stormed out, but all part of the storyline. So we have to see where all that's going, right? For some reason, there's rumors of Punk and Seth at the Royal Rumble. But we'll have to see about that.
That's one of those things. If they do that, they kind of put themselves in the corner, don't they?
Yeah. So if they're gonna do it anywhere, it should be Seth and Punk at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
And then Punk could get his WrestleMania main event, which he always wanted. Seth is get a good, decently long title reign before he loses the title. But
I don't want him to lose it to Punk.
Well, you know what?
Because,
let me just put it this way, right?
It's kind of like the whole Hangman thing all over again.
Yeah, exactly. And then CM Punk can say that he's a champion of another company that also has got undefeated. Or whatever he wants to do, even though technically he's lineal champion, however. But at this point, as a fresh new contender for Seth's title, if that's where it's going to be going, kind of fine with it, because
for now
it seems like there's Damian Priest lurking with that briefcase in the background. Let me just put it that way. So even if
that'd be the best if Punk did win it and then Priest should cast straight in on him.
And so awesome. Then Punk could get 2 WrestleMania main events.
And then he could be quiet for the rest of his life.
So we'll see where that goes. But that seems that direction. I don't know necessarily that seems the direction he's heading, but we'll see about that.
We'll see. We'll see.
The other storyline coming out of Raw was Shinsuke Nakamura's target for all this time is Cody Rhodes. So are we talking about Japan versus America?
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
Well, Cody Rhodes and Anthony Ogogo.
But that was. That again. That's the AEW weird thing. WWE.
I'm just joking. I'm not gonna. I'm just like.
It's gonna be weird. My grandparent fought against your grandparent. Like,
yeah. And then you're gonna be like after. So you know how Cody Rhodes ended racism apparently, right? Yeah. So he could also.
Racism. Yeah.
Oh no! I was gonna say that. I was gonna go to like nuclear bombs and stuff like that. So
well.
I'm going I'm sorry for what my people did to your people. Like, well, hold on a second. We don't need to go in this direction, Cody.
Whoa. We're all trying to pretend that never happens. Don't bring it up, dude.
Though I'm glad Shinsuke is getting something. So he's going to be the losing end of this feud.
Yeah.
Because the people that Cody's been dealing with since he got back are higher ranked than Shinsuke, and Shinsuke's come out of a losing feud with Seth Rollins. But as long as it elevates both of them to a certain level, we know where Cody's going. So if Cody can get Shinsuke to credibility level elevated a lot higher.
Fine. I feel like this will do for Shinsuke because they're kind of building him on like upper card, even if he he'd take losses, but against like named people. So it's like he's upper. He's a main eventer at this point.
Yeah, I do hope he gets a decent win over Cody, relatively cleanly, as clean as a heel can, right? Because it'll just help him. It'll just they're trying to rebuild him, so they're trying to give him something. Except that I think the people he's currently feuding with kind of need to win more than he needs to win, which is kind of a bit weird. But
we'll see. I'm excited to see what happens next.
So probably Shinsuke, Cody at Is it Armageddon the next one?
No, I don't know. I don't unless they might be nothing to WrestleMania. I don't know. 1 second. Let me just check.
No, it's got to be. There's got to be because there's yeah. So I do think that
No.
What?
According to Wikipedia, there is WWE-wise nothing until to Royal Rumble.
Okay, that's kind of all right. That's a bit weird.
Cut down there a few. Like, I remember the whole thing after Triple H took advantage. They cut a lot of like pay-per-views. So I think no more because it normally would have been TLC. So no, TLC's dead.
Okay. All right. We'll see how Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, okay.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that in the sense that I was expecting something to happen. All right. Maybe not then. Yeah. Because then I'm like, where can the Cody Shinsuke feud have a payoff?
Don't know. Leading up to a Royal Rumble. I don't know. Or they both have it at Royal Rumble, then one of them's in the Royal Rumble. I don't know.
Then both of them are in the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
And then Shinsuke can be the one to eliminate Cody. Maybe. I don't know.
Nah, Cody's.
I don't know. We'll see. What, you reckon Cody's going to win the Rumble?
Yeah, 2 years in a row, man. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I probably prefer him to win the Elimination Chamber. But then again, that would mean that CM Punk who would win the Royal Rumble? Because if CM Punk is having his match against Seth Rollins.
No, because easy. Cody can win the Royal Rumble. He'll face Roman at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
CM Punk will win Elimination Chamber. He could face Seth at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We always do that.
I just kind of I don't want to say I don't want Cody to win the Rumble twice in a row, but it's more of like that's the more obvious route to do it, which ain't that bad necessarily. It's just that okay, if he's got is he going in at number 1 this time?
Hope so. Does reverse.
And he declared himself for the Royal Rumble as the first entrant, right? But I thought that just meant he's going into the Rumble.
I think
the first person to call out there going in the Rumble, rather than
that's what he's done. Yeah, so I don't think they've done numbers or drew numbers yet.
Yeah, I think it might have been misinterpreted, just like when Eddie Kingston said all his titles were on the line.
Yeah, and then it wasn't. Which I think they changed afterwards after they realized they confused everyone with how they said it. Like,
they probably told Eddie Kingston, your titles are going to be up for grabs, in the Continental Classic. But he misinterpreted. Well, they weren't clear enough what they said. He thought it meant every on the line in every match. But no, the winner gets all the titles. Is what they actually meant. But that's one of those things where you got to be crystal clear as to what you meant.
Yep. They retroactively went back and kind of like, no, we didn't say that.
Well, he said that, but me being the company owner, no, that's not what's going on.
Well, I still think they actually wanted to do that, and then they realised that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. So you could only have, but you could lose by draw. You could have draws and can lose by count out or disqualification or whatever, right? But it does limit certain other things.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
We'll see what happens next.
WrestleMania or Rumble? Like, which one are you more looking forward to?
WrestleMania, of course, because WrestleMania is a.
Oh yeah, I don't know. As far as your predictive building, right? Because you think it's going to be Cody Roman at WrestleMania, which I do as well. But whether Cody's going to win the Royal Rumble to get there, we're having different opinions, right?
Yeah, I personally think he will, but because.
Okay, and where do you think CM Punk is going to be within all this?
Facing Seth.
At WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or both?
Because I think at Royal Rumble it might be Seth Drew again.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like it's going that way, but then obviously Drew, as the character, and probably in real life as well, can't be particularly happy that he's getting his feud is getting shafted.
But realistically, Drew could win at Royal Rumble, win the title, and then you can still have Seth. What's his face? CM Punk. Don't need a title for it, really.
And then you have Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, right?
No, I don't know. I think you have Drew versus someone.
Yeah.
And then I don't think you'll touch Damian Priest yet because I think he's going to get it. He's going to cash in at someone after a match. So, and they won't do it at WrestleMania because I think they're going to keep the WrestleMania cash-in thing as a Seth thing only. Like, he's the only person to ever do it. So, maybe the night after WrestleMania?
Yeah, well, they got options.
They got options.
Let's see. Yeah.
Or if they were clever, what they would do is Cody wins against Roman.
Yeah.
Then Damien cashes in. Either at WrestleMania, not at WrestleMania, but like a SmackDown or something, and you're like, oh no, yeah. But we'll see. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll. Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Sometimes, as predictable, we'll say it's some of the, like, all the matches here, right? Where sometimes it's not predictable for the sake of not being predictable. So,
yeah.
What can we say?
Yeah. We shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think that'll be us signing off for this episode.
Yes. On our belated review on Royal Rumble. Crap. Survivor Series. I was looking into the future.
Jump forward. Yeah, exactly. You jump forward in time.
Oh, where Cody wins because Cody always wins. Yes. And I have been the man or the woman who jumps off. No, wait, no. Yes, that's it. I am the man who decides to come in super late to a match of great importance and then just sweeps the floor with everyone. Kyle Charles, and you have been
the man who sticks to the plan. CY Chong.
And thank you for listening to our review. If you watch it, what's your thoughts on the whole event? Are you happy that Charles Montgomery Punk is back in WWE? Let us know. You can do that by remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and sub to our YouTube channel. All the sorts of cool links to that is in our description, and you can either leave us an email and leave us a message on Instagram and on Twitter, X. And until next time, guys, I'd like to thank you all for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.
Bye.